Hello, everyone! How my friends doing out there? My name is Miguel Sanchez, and welcome to another edition of The World of Blocks. In last time we left off, we were on Chapter 1, Dreams and Omens. If you want to go check it out, it's on the top right corner of your screen, so thank you so much for your support. But with that being said, let's jump right into today's episode. For this edition of The World of Blocks, we continue with Welcome to a New World, Chapter 2, Meeting Iris. So, this is going to be a whole lot of fun, and I hope you will too. So, if you're ready, let's go. Before we begin, credit goes out to Infinite Insanity Pit, Overon DeviantArt. So, he was the one responsible for making this happen. If you want to go check out his page, I'll leave it in the description below. So, thank you, Infinite Insanity Pit, for the support. One final thing. Warning. Learning Blocks is the property of Loser Animation Studios, Alpha Blocks Limited, and the BBC, which of course is the British Broadcasting Corporation. No copyright infringement is intended. I own nothing. You have been warned. Got it? Good. With all that being said, sit back and enjoy the story. The World of Blocks. Welcome to a New World, Chapter 2, Being Iris. Most of the blocks made it through the rear smoothly, but you, still struggling under the weight of the back, fell over, knocking all the other blocks down into a pile. After everyone helped each other up, they all took in their new surroundings. It appeared to be a normal bedroom, which wouldn't be unusual at all for the blocks, except everything in here was huge. There was a bed, obviously, a bookshelf full of big books, and a bunch of other things you'd expect to find in a bedroom.
Why is everything here so big?
Asked one.
Baby, we're just small,
guessed five. It was then that O noticed something sleeping in the bed. Oh, he shouted, pointing towards the bed's occupant. She had light brown skin, short and poofy black hair, and appeared to be wearing blue pajamas. She was definitely a human. The blocks were sure of this. They all knew what humans were, but they didn't exist in Numberland, and the few humans the Alpha Blocks had previously created were much smaller than this. They had never seen a real adult human before, let alone so big compared to them.
This must be who we're supposed to give that golden infinity to,
said A. The blocks ran over to the bed and climbed up the sheets to get on top of it. They excitedly walked over to the sleeping human, who began to stir up a bit. "This is it, guys," said 4 in anticipation. We're about to meet the new infinity." Then the human opened up her eyes, sat up, noticed the blocks on her bed, and promptly screamed in terror. The blocks flipped at this loud reaction. They didn't understand. Why did she seem so afraid of them? They stepped back as the human scrambled out of bed and grabbed a large book to shield herself.
What are you things?
The human shrieked. She pinched herself a bit to make sure she wasn't dreaming. "Please calm down and don't squish us with that book," said he. "We're not here to hurt you."
"We're Number Blocks,"
5 calmly stated,
"and those are Alpha Blocks. What's your name?"
"Iris," said the human, trying to calm down, but still keeping a firm grasp on the book.
"What are you doing in my room?"
Then she noticed the magic mirror and exclaimed,
"And where did that mirror come from?"
"That mirror is what brought us here," 5 explained. "We're here to give you this." She held out the golden infinity. Why would I want an infinity symbol made of gold?" asked Iris.
"That's the golden infinity," replied one. "Infinity wants you to have it so you can be your successor."
"Who's Infinity?" Iris asked questioned further, still not believing that this way was really happening.
Infinity is infinity,
3 answered bluntly. You know, the number that goes on forever? I still don't understand. What she means is that infinity is the embodiment of, well, infinity, said 2. And we were the personifications of numbers and letters.
Infinity, numbers, letters, alive?
Iris was clearly having a hard time processing this. Well, infinity isn't really alive anymore, said 4. That's why she wants you as her successor. All you need to do is put the golden infinity on your head. He gestured towards the golden infinity, indicating for the human to take it. Hey, I never agreed to something like that, Iris protested. But she had to have chosen you for a reason, right? Said you. There had to have been a mistake here, said Iris. I'm just a super librarian. Then Iris and the blocks heard a voice ring out. There's been no mistake. You truly are the perfect successor for me, Iris. Gah! Who said that? Who said that? Shouted Iris, holding her book up higher. That was infinity! Exclaimed one.
Indeed I am,
confirmed the voice. The spirit of infinity then materialized in the room, much to Iris's further fear and astonishment. So you're infinity? Iris stuttered out. She was actually speaking to a ghost. Not just any ghost, but infinity itself. Why actually did you choose me as your successor? I choose you for your intelligence and empathy, said infinity. These blocks need a good leader, and you definitely have the qualities of one. Couldn't you have given me a warning before you sent living letters and numbers to my room? Iris shouted, a bit irritated now. Sorry about that, Infinity apologized, but this is urgent. My world is in danger, and we've no time to waste. What kind of danger are we talking about? Darkness is going to attack both this world and mine, and I mean the embodiment of darkness.
How many things
are alive in your world? Look, I have a lot of time on my hands, okay? This sentence confused the other blocks. What did she mean by that? I'm sorry, but that this has happened so abruptly, but you need to follow my instructions. First, put the golden infinity above your head. After a few seconds, Iris hesitated and hesitantly asked, Are our words really in danger? Yes. Yes, replied Infinity. Iris was still shaken up by all of this, but she couldn't just refuse to help now. After all, these letters and numbers, however strange it was that they were alive, were depending on her. So she finally said, Okay, but only because so much is at stake. She held her head and allowed 5 to place the golden infinity on her palm. Carefully picking the tiny thing up with her pointer and thumb, she placed it on the top of her head. This triggered a reaction from the golden infinity that engulfed Iris in a bright white light. The light grew smaller, and when it dissipated, Iris was no longer a human. Instead, she was a blue and gold block who looked just like Infinity when she was alive. The golden infinity now floated above her head as an infinity numberling. Iris looked even more freaked out now. What the heck? She cried. I'm a block now. Well, if you're going to be Infinity's successor, you had to look the part, said I. I think you look incredible. Well, thanks, said Iris, unsure of how else to respond. So, can I turn back into a human if I take this infinity off? Correct, answered Infinity. Now you must complete the next step of my plan to thwart darkness. He is planning to attack the nearest city. You have to get there to stop him.
drive out to the city and to defeat
The embodiment of darkness, I recited. I sighed.
This is
Just so weird. But I'll do it. She took off her number leg, transforming back into her human self. We'll go right now. And I can't take that bag off of your hands. She pointed the bag Yu was still struggling to hold up. Thank you, said Yu as he let go of the bag, allowing Iris to pick it up. She went to get her suitcase and quickly packed the few things she would need. So, what is this world like? Asked one. Pretty rough, Iris answered as she stuffed some clothes into her suitcase. But there's plenty of good here too. After she was all packed, Iris took the blocks to her car. Since the seatbelts were so large compared to the blocks, one seatbelt could secure several of them. The alpha blocks and number blocks were made to sit in the back while Infinity sat up front, not needing a seatbelt due to already being dead. During the drive, Iris had many questions for Infinity. How did you come to life?
I don't know. It just sort of happened.
Why are you all blocks? I'm a block. So I figured that it'd be fitting for everything I brought to life to be a block too. Wait, said one. You brought us to life? Yes, confessed Infinity. There was nobody around when I first came to life. So I decided to create a world where numbers, letters, and more could come alive. That explains where I came from, one realized. This is amazing news, exclaimed A. But what else did you bring to life? Many things, Infinity admitted. Like I said, I had a lot of time on my hands. Oh, asked O. Sure, you can meet the other blocks, Infinity answered him. But first, we had to make sure darkness doesn't destroy all of them.
Wait, you understand? You understood that? Iris asked in disbelief.
He's easy to understand once you get used to the way he speaks, said E. When he first came to life, nobody had a clue what he was trying to say. The blocks continued to ask Infinity about many things, and the more Iris listened in on their conversation and learned about the world Infinity called Infidia, the more it sounded like a rather nice place to live. Now that she was starting to accept the existence of living letters and numbers, she was actually quite fascinated by the possibility of getting to meet the rest of them, as well as everything else Infinity measured to be alive. When the sky started growing darker, Iris had to stop at an inn for the night. She had to hide the blocks in the purse she had brought, which was fortunately big enough to contain all of them. Once she was safe in her room, she let the blocks out of her purse and onto one of the two beds. She laid in the other one, exhausted from the day's strange events. I can't wait to get to the city tomorrow, exclaimed one. I bet there will be so many cool things to check out. But remember, we're on a mission to defeat darkness, she reminded her. Sightseeing can't come after he's beaten. Oh, right. What? One said sheepishly. I still can't wait to get there. So, said Iris, can you guys tell me more about yourselves? She wanted to get to know what these letters and numbers were like as people. Well, to start off, I'm one, and I fell from the sky and into Neverland. Then I found a magic mirror that made another me, and together we made two. You can add up with each other. Yep, watch this. One jumped on top of two, and together they added to make a three. Well, hello there, gorgeous, said the first three. What a narcissist, murmured I. The other vowels rolled their eyes at this. The second three split back into one and two went forward to introduce himself properly. I'm 2, and I love to dance. He did a little jig. Although you should see 20's moves. Then 3 push her way to the front. I'm 3. Oh, look at me! She began to break out into song. 1, 2, 3. Everyone, look at me! 3. The other number of blocks shouted.
This is not the time for a musical number, scolded 5.
Sorry, said 3. Then it was 4's turn. I'm 4, and I love squares. Iris guessed that this was because he was a square number, and I'm 5. I'm a rock star. She pulled out her star-shaped guitar to show Iris, then put it away somewhere. It wasn't clear where she had pulled that thing from. Now it was time for the vowels to explain more about themselves. I'm A. She gave a yelp as an apple suddenly landed on her head. Sorry, that always happens. I'm E. I can also be. E split apart into 2 E's, and the first E changed into a black ninja outfit with a magician's top hat. Magic E! He demonstrated his powers by directing a beam of red light at the other E. E! Said the E. Magic E stopped using his magic, changed back into regular E, and fused back together with the other E. You see, I can make vowels say their names. That's not very impressive, said 3, earning her light elbow tap for a glaring 5. You just split into 2 there, said Iris, weirded out. That's not all we alpha blocks can do, replied E. A came up next to him, and their sides fused together, merging their glass cases into one case with an EA inside it. They make the A sound in unison. Iris was still disturbed. Did they have to make such gross, squishy noises when they split apart and fused together? We can also bring anything if we spell out to life, E continued to explain after he and A split apart. If we only had 1 consonant or 2 with us right now, they could make anything they spelled. This was quite an amazing power. Iris started wondering what other powers these blocks might have. Then came the moment the vowels had been dreading. It was now I's turn to talk about herself. I am the most important, incredible, interesting. Please stop. But A. I only glared at her. What? It's true. XXX. Felt another disturbance? D asked a trembling N. She's doing it again. N whispered. I just know it. XXX. Oh! O was rambling on about himself, but neither Iris nor any of the number blocks could understand a single word. He said, Wow! How eloquent, said E after O was finished. You was last. I'm you. He didn't know what exactly to say. I'm pretty unlucky. You just like 13, said 4. But you two wouldn't get along. You was pretty much done. So all eyes turned to Iris. Well, there's not much to say about me, she admitted. I'm a librarian. I enjoy reading and math. I don't mean to brag, but I was at the top of each other. I was at the top of each class in school. Yes. Your investment in various subjects was a major factor in my decision, said Infinity. By the way, can you tell us more about darkness? Iris asked her. Darkness is one of the element blocks. Infinity explained. They make up the fabric of Infinity and its blocks. Don't worry, he's the only one of them who turned out evil. I tried reasoning with himself, but he only lashed out at me and promised to take over everything I had created. Infinity looked very sad remembering this. If you don't mind me asking, how did you die? Questioned Iris. Negative Infinity, answered Infinity, and a chill seemed to permeate the room upon her saying that name. I created a world of negative number blocks, hoping that they'd become friends with the positives. I didn't anticipate the negative infinity's existence. She fatally wounded me, so I struck back with all of my power and destroyed her. I'm sure she won't be coming back. But there was a seed of doubt in her mind. Do you think the other negatives are evil too? Asked a worry 4. I made sure that they weren't, Infinity assured him. I don't know how they'll react to you if you ever meet, though. Iris and the blocks kept chatting until they all grew tired and drifted off to sleep. It was almost hard to sleep with all the exciting the revelations they had that day, and it was a guarantee that more interesting discoveries were coming in the future. But tomorrow was when they reached the city and had to unlock their true potential in order to defeat darkness. To be continued. Alright guys, that's it. That does it. Thank you so much. You made this show possible. If it wasn't for all of you, I want to thank you all so much. Thank you for being here. I can't wait. Chapter 2 is over, people. Meeting Iris is done. So with that, thanks to you so much for watching another edition of the World of Blocks. Don't forget, make sure you go check out Sanrio Character Origins on the top right corner of your screen. Besides, I'm currently working on episode 85, which is on the Beezy Raiders. And our previous episode was on Tiny Poem, episode 82. Episode 84. So yeah. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Go check out Sanrio Character Origins. The playlist is on the top right corner of the screen. And I will see you all next time for another edition of the World of Blocks. Coming up next time, the World of Blocks continues with Welcome to a New World, Chapter 3, Shadow Attack. So this is going to be exciting. Iris and Infinity still fighting each other, but with darkness strikes, can the Alpha Blocks and Order Blocks find a way to fight back? Come on back and you'll find out in Shadow Attack next time in the World of Blocks. So for everyone here, I am Miguel Sanchez, and just remember to please leave a like, share this video with your friends, leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, turn on notifications to never miss a new video. You better subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on, so that way you never miss another new video from me, as we're on the road to 200 subscribers. Thank you so much for watching today. I've been Miguel Sanchez. For everyone here at the World of Blocks, peace. Make sure you get your pet spayed or neutered, help control the pet population, and I'll see you next time on the World of Blocks. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out, everybody. Bye for now. See ya. Laters.